What does work ethic mean to me personally? Anytime I hear work ethic, anytime I hear work in general, remind me of what my dad said, that work builds character. That's what he preached to us, to me and my sibling, that just by virtue of doing work, that's going to make you a better person. And I believe that. I believe that if more people maybe get out and work, in particular, all my job, pretty much my whole life, I done manual labor. And that's good, what they call honest work, that you get out, you work hard, and you sleep good at night. You might not be making the most money, but you feel good at the end of the day that you work. You put in a good day's work and earned an honest wage, and you feel good about it. Anyway, work builds character. That's what I think. Why is work ethic important to you? All right. Well, again, that kind of comes back to it's important to me because I think that it has formed me into the person that I am today. Not that I am completely have arrived or that I am I'm nowhere near to where I need to be. Probably, it's a process. I believe that we put on this earth, we are creative people by virtue of being created. That's my personal belief, and that I believe that work is involved in that creative process. So I don't feel like you can have creativity without work. And so work ethic is important to me as a creative person. What advice would you give to young creators today about their works and their process that would assist them in continuing to add their authentic flavors to this beautiful experience, gumbo of life? I guess the advice I would give to a young creator today about their work and about their process that would help them to add their authentic flavor to this experience is to truly bring their authentic flavor. In other words, you might try to do a work that you emulate somebody else. All right. And so you can be influenced. I believe that we can take inspiration from fellow creators, but at some point you will be compared to them. All right, you might make something that looks similar to somebody else's work, and naturally you're going to be compared and criticized based on how well it holds up against that work. So what you got that nobody else has is you. So you bring to your table what is in film class they talk about write what you know, stick to what you know. Well, I saw somebody else I read one time said it better. They said, don't write what you know, write what makes you feel. And only you can determine that. So you bring something that you're passionate about. Other people are going to get behind you and be passionate about it. People really like to see somebody that's being true, that's bringing something authentic. And that's really it as far as bringing authentic flavor. You just got to be authentic. Do you feel like there are any habits or exercises that can help someone who knows that they need to strengthen their work ethic? Yes, definitely. I would say really it comes down to simple things of not letting time slip away from you. Get out of bed earlier than you probably think you should get out of bed. Set your alarm clock earlier. You'll find that if you got more time in the day, it's just a better feeling that you get a lot of work done, and you look and you say, oh, snap, it's only 10 a.m. I ain't even had lunch yet, and I got all this accomplished. It's a good feeling, and that comes by getting up early. You know the old saying, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I believe there's something to that. So it's going to be a habit of getting up early, of doing things. Make you a list. That's another thing. Make a list. It's a good feeling to check things off your list. And that comes by discipline. You got to make yourself do these things at first. And after about 4 or 5 weeks, it's going to become a habit. It's going to become part of you. What is your mental process in the midst of moving past a block in your creative process? All right, so if I'm thinking something, brainstorming, trying to come up with something, maybe it's a new character, story idea. Like right now I'm working on animated series, story ideas, things like that. I might hit a little point where I say, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I can't think of nothing else. What I like to do is what I call the 180. I like to think of something just totally different than what the direction that I'm going in. A lot of people call that outside the box thinking. But I like to think of opposites. I like to think of, I'm trying to do this. Well, what if I go completely the other way with it? And I use associations, word associations, things like that. To me, it really is all about shaking it up. You can get in a rut. You thinking one way the whole time. You thinking going straight ahead. Maybe try to go off to the side a little bit. See what happens if you do that. What if you change the color? What if you take off the first letter of the word of the name you're trying to come up with? What if you scramble the letters together, do an anagram, something like that? Oh, just shake it up. Who is someone that you respect and or admire that possesses a strong work ethic, and why? Oh, snap. Man, that probably had to be my dad. I come back to my dad and my mom, really. They were a good example to me. Not only to have written books. He's written a couple books and things about local history, but also has done missionary work. Has gone outside the state to other states in the U.S. and done missionary outreach work and continues to have a drive. He loves the written word. He loves books. I've always admired how he can have a servant's heart to go out to help people and then also still maintain a creative side of himself. Just one last little thing that I can't recall exactly where I got this from, but it has stayed with me. I probably read this about 6-7 years ago. Somebody said something about the future self versus the past self. So let's say I know I'm running low on firewood in my wood burning stove, all right. But I'm ready to go inside for dinner. It's getting late. The sun's starting to go down. I'm ready to go. It's getting cold. But I go ahead and chop me up a few little more logs and have it ready for tomorrow. Got it in the wood burning stove. When I come in, all I got to do is light it. All right. So the next morning, I come out to the shop. It's cold. But look, I already got my wood laid out, split, ready to go. So I say, thank you, past self, for doing that. Had I not done that, I'd be ticked off in my past self. I say, you was in such a hurry to go get dinner. Now I'm got to cut this wood, split this wood, and my hands are freezing. I ain't even get my gloves. And I'm just getting mad at my past self. He was only thinking about himself and wasn't thinking about future self. Not that I got separate personality necessarily, but past self and future self. Do something right now, and future self is going to thank you for it.